Good morning, everyone. This is Bremster, and today I'm coming to you with a puzzle that I never expected to see. So this morning I woke up and I'd received a message from PjotrV. Piotr was the person who had, or Peter is the person who had told me that he was going to be setting a puzzle for me for my 100th video and to celebrate 500 subscribers. And then, unfortunately, a medical situation got in the way, and he was unable to complete the puzzle in time for me to release it for my 100th video. As you know, for the video 6 days ago, Scott Strossal stepped up and created a puzzle for me on almost no notice, and was able to bring what I thought was an absolutely amazing puzzle to the channel, and thank you, Scott, for doing that. But then I woke up this morning and Peter had sent me this puzzle saying, I know it's late, you probably don't want to use it now. Absolutely, I want to use it. Not because I want to celebrate again, but because it's a puzzle and I love doing puzzles. And, you know, this is, I thought maybe I could do something like this is a De-Ja-Doku. It's like, why are we celebrating again? Because we can. And when someone like Peter creates a puzzle for you, you don't pass up that opportunity. Peter creates really good puzzles. This one is mathy, so yay for me. But, you know, I should be able to pull this one off. You'll know from the video links how well I do. I don't know how hard this puzzle is. He knows it was created for me, and he knows what I'm capable of. So we will see. So yeah, I'm not celebrating 100 videos and 500 subscribers again, but I am definitely taking advantage of doing a puzzle that was created for that purpose. And yeah, I'm doing the puzzle. So maybe I am celebrating again. I'm definitely celebrating getting a puzzle that was created for me by Peter. That is absolutely something to celebrate. Um, so, the things to mention basically is remember that coming up in about a week, there will be a puzzle competition that I'll be running, which will be a short riddle followed by a single puzzle. So look forward to that one. And the come join us on the Sudoku Solvers Discord, where if you want to talk about the puzzle and everything while that competition is running, or anything to do with our channel, or the other solvers that are involved on that server, which is Scott Strossal, Ranksk, or Zetamath, please come and join us there. On to this puzzle. So this is 100 or 500 by PjotrV or Peter Venus. And there are really only 3 rules in play, and one of them terrifies me. So normal Sudoku rules, which for me is often bad enough. In every box, in every row, and in every column, the digits 1 to 9 must be placed without repetition. The dots, which I recolored because he said they are confetti, so I've recolored them to be a confetti colors. Consecutive dots, so digits, the cells separated by dots must be consecutive. And then there are these lines, and the lines are product lines. The digits that are on the lines, when you must basically be a product of 100 or 500. So if you were to take all of the digits on one of these lines, and these all are joined lines, all of these numbers multiplied together will either make 100 or 500. And that's what we've got to go with. So now let's give this a shot. So I suppose the first thing we need to do is figure out, how do you make 100 and 500? Now, fortunately, these are fairly simple numbers. So 100 and 500. You are going to need... So we're limited to the numbers 1 to 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now, 9... doesn't work because 100 is not in the 9 times table. So you hit 90, 99, and 100 and something. 8, 88, 98 doesn't work. 7, 70, 77, 21. Yep, you don't get to 100. And if you don't get to 100, I don't think you can get to 500. That's actually a question. Is 500 different to 100? I don't think it is. I think because... No, 500 would literally just be 100 times 5. Or am I wrong about that? I am not a countdown expert like Sam Kappelman-Lyons, who's actually been on that show. Yeah, give me 6 numbers and I will not be able to get to 500 easily. So hang on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Rather than me sit here for like 45 minutes, I'm just going to quickly pause the video and check what the factors of 100 and 500 are. I'm not going to do more than that, so just give me a moment. Okay, so within the digits 1 to 9, the only factors of 100 and 500 are 1, 2, 4, and 5. No other number is a factor. Now, I haven't looked up anything to do with how you make it, but we know that all of these must only be from 1, 2, 4, and 5. So the question now is, how do you make up 100 and 500? So the interesting thing about that to me is 1, 2, and 4 are all on the base 2 number. So 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128. So you can't just use 1, 2, and 4, because if you did that, you wouldn't get to any of them, because I know that if you keep going, you get to 512, not 500. So 1, 2, 4, you can't just use 1s, 2s, and 4s. You must have at least 1 5. Now, 100 divided by 5 is 20, which is not on the binary scale either. So you can't use 1 5 to get to 100, and 500 divided by 5 is 100, which gets you to the same problem. So on 100, you must have a single 5 doesn't get you there, and you can't do it with no 5s, because if you have just a single 5, then you need to, with 1, 2s, and 4s, get to 20, which you cannot do. So you must have 2 5s, which get you to 25, and then you can have 4. So you can have any number of 1s, a 4, and 2 5s, or any number of 1s, 2 2s, and 2 5s. And then for 500, you need 3 5s, 1 4, and any number of 1s, or 3 5s, 2 2s, and any number of 1s. Because what you must have is either 5 times 5 times 4, and you can get 4 with either 2 times 2. And for 500, you need 5 times 5 times 5, which is 125, times 4, and you can get that 4 with either 1 4 or 2 2s. And then you can throw any number of 1s that you can fit on the line. But you must have 2 5s on every line, at least. So that means on this line, there must be a 5 in here, and there must be a 5 in here. This must be a 5, and there must be a 5 in here, and it cannot be here. So there is a 5 in one of those two. This line isn't as certain because it depends on whether this is a 100 or a 500. If it's a 500, this must be a 5. If it's a 100, I only need 2 5s on the line. So I'm not sure about that one. This one, I must have a 5 down here, so this is not a 5, and I must have a 5 in there. It's not as limiting as I would hope. But this is more limited because in order to get there, I need to have two fives and then either 1 4 or two twos. And I cannot put two twos on this line now because everything left is in the same box. So I cannot put twos in here at all. So this is 1 4, and there is a 5 in one of those two. There is no 5 there because of that 5, and I must have a 5 in here. So this is not a 5. This is a 1 4 pair, and this is a 5. Oh, this is clever. So there must be a 5 in one of those two. So I now have this line made up. It is 1 times 4 times 5 times 5, which is 100. So 5 times 5 is 25, times 4 is 100, times 1 is 100. Right. There's no 5 here anymore. Whoops. I keep doing that. There's no 5 here anymore. So this is actually 1, 2, 4, 5, but I haven't been able to narrow that down because I can easily put two twos on here. I can put two twos, 1 4. Is it this run of digits? Sitting here staring at a screen in absolute silence is not helping this be an entertaining video. Two or three fives. Well, I can't put 3 5s on either of these lines. So both of these must be 100. And this is either 100 or 500. I suspect this is going to be a 5 because otherwise he wouldn't have mentioned. That would be like Peter to make them all 100s. Yeah, I'm not sure. So this is definitely a 100 line. I cannot put 3 5s in it because it's only in 2 boxes. So if it was 2 5s, a 4... Okay. That's very clever. So the way to make up the 100, because it cannot be 500, is with 2 5s, a 4, and then a bunch of 1s, or with 2 5s, 2 2s, and then a bunch of 1s. So how many 1s can I put on that on that one, on this line? So the maximum number of 1s I can put on this line is 1 in each box. So that's the amount of 1s I can put in. I must have 2 5s, and I cannot have more than 2 5s because 2 boxes. So they're the 5s. Now, if I did it with a single 4, I would use one of these 2 remaining cells, and what would I put in the other one? Because if I used a 4 anywhere on that line, I would have 5 times 5 times 4, which is already 100, times 1 times 1 times all I'd have left is a 2, and that would be a 200 line, which is not legal. I cannot put a 4 anywhere on that line. That is glorious. So this becomes a 125. This becomes 5 is now in here. That is absolutely glorious. Can I pull the same trick down here? So 5, no, because I've only got two cells in here. So I could go 5, 1, and 4, or 5, 5, 5, 2, 5, 2, 1, or 5, 5, 4, 1, 1. So I do have those options. Damn. And there's nothing in the rules about the lines all having to be different or anything like that. That is very clever. So 5 must be in one of those two. This is a 1, 2, 5 triple. This is a 1, 2, 5 triple. Is that giving me any more? This is a 1, 2, 5 triple. There's 1, 2, 5 triples all over this area, but I'm not seeing what I can do with them. That's got to do something to this line, though. Because if you... 3 consecutive digits, and I can't use... So, yeah, this has to be from 6, 7, 8, or 9. I think... I'm actually going to pencil mark the whole line. So this is 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now, you cannot put 3 or 4 anywhere on here because I would need a 2 or a 5 to go with it. So 3, 4 comes out of there. This is 6, 7, 8, or 9. It must have 7 or 8 on it because it's 6, 7, 8, or 7, 8, 9 in either order. And in fact, you can't put 6 or 9 in the middle. So that's the order of this, and it must have 7 or 8. I can't put 7, 8 in here. So... And then, because I must use 7, 8 over here, I can't put 7, 8 here. And the only 2 digits here that are now consecutive are 3 and 4. So I can take 6, 9 out of there, which means I can take 3, 4 out of there, and I end up with that on this line. That takes 4 out of those cells. This is now a 1. Oh, this was always a 1, 2, 4, 5. But 4 now must be in one of those 2 cells. 4 has to be in one of those 2 cells now because I've got a 1, 2, 4, 5 quadruple, but these are the only 2 places for 4. So there must be a 4 on this line. And once there's a 4 on the line, yeah, I figured it out. You could, first of all, I can't put 3 5s. So this is a 100 line, and it's 2 5s, a 4, and 1s, or... Yeah, once you've got a 4, you cannot have 2s on the line because once I do 4 and 2, I've got 8, and there's no way I can get to 100 or 500 once I use an 8 because 8 is not one of the factors of 100 or 500. So I cannot use a 2 anywhere on this line. So this is now, there's no 4 there because the 4 has to go in one of those 2 cells on this row. So we've got this now. 4 has to go here, so 4 can't go here because I can only use 1 5. This is a 1 5. There's no 1 here. I've now got 1 5 in the column. 2 must be here now. So there must be a 2 on this line. The feedback on this is insane. Once there's a 2 on the line, you can't use a 4. You must use 2 2s, but you cannot use a 4. So I can take 4 out of all of those. This becomes a 2. There must be a 2 in one of those 2. This becomes a 2. I now have the maximum number of 2s that I can use on the line. And I must get either 2 or 3 5s into here. This is glorious. 2, 2 looking into this box. This becomes a 2, which starts to resolve this. This becomes a 1. This is not a 1. This is 2, 5. This is not a 1. Now got the 2, 5 pair here. This 1 makes this a 4 and makes this a 1. The 4 makes that a 3 and that a 4. This is so cool. Now I need to get 2 5s into here. I could just... No, I can't just do those two. Because if I make those 2 5s, these would both have to be 1. No, that's not true. Because I could do 3 5s on this line. Can this be a 5? This can't be a 5. If this is a 5, I cannot put a second 5 on the line. Because this sees all 3 of those cells. This must be a 1, which means this must be a 5, this must be a 5, and this must be a 5. And wow, this is now a 1 4 pair, making this a 5, making this a 1 and this a 5. Just wow. I am so glad I did this puzzle. Like, when Peter sent it to me, he said, yeah, I understand you probably won't do this on the channel. This is magical. I am so glad I did this. Okay, this is not a 5 because it sees a 5 in the column. I think I'm having to look at consecutive stuff now. This run is the longest run. This can't be a 1. This can't be a 1, because if this is a 1, this is a 2, and I've got a 1, 2, 5 triple in the box. This can't be a 1. This is a 2, 5 pair. This is the 1. So don't I hit a similar problem if this is a 2? Because once I start a run, I can't go backwards. So when you've got a run of consecutive digits like this, once you start it, you are forced to continue down that line. Because if I was to say, if this is 2, this can't be 1, so it'd have to be 3. Once this is 3, this can't be 2 because there's already a 2 in the column, so it becomes 4. Once this is 4, I can't go back to 3, so this would be 5. And then this would have no value because I'd have used a 2 and a 5. So if this is 2, I can't use 1, this has to be 3. I can't use 2, this has to be 4. I can't use 3, this has to be 5. And that cell has no value. So that doesn't work. This is 5. This is 2. This is 2. This is 5. Once this is 5, I think that can be... No, I can't go down because then it would be 4 and then I couldn't go to 5. This would be 3 and then I couldn't go down up to 4. This would be 2 and I'd have a conflict. So this must go 6, 7 and 8. That's very cool. Where do I look next? I must put 1 and 2 up here because of these 1s and 2s. Oh, it's better than that. I must put 1 in one of those 2, and whichever one is true, 2 goes in the middle. So this becomes a 1, 3 pair. That's cool. Um, 6, 7, and 8 have to go in there. Actually, I get a feeling I should be looking at twos and stuff more. So 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1 has to go right in the middle because 1 is can't go in here because of the 1, 4. Can't go in here. This one knocks out that cell. This one knocks out that cell. 1 goes right in the middle. So 1, 1, 1. Oh, 1 goes right there. So now 1 I've knocked down to those. Let's look at 2s. 2 goes in one of those 2 cells. 2 goes right there, which makes this a 3 because there's a dot here and I can't go down to a 1. Then 2 is in one of those 2 cells. 3s. Well, 3 is up here. No, 3 is right there. This 3 knocks out those, and the 3 pair over here knocks out those. That's a 3. 3, that puts 3 in one of those 2. 3 over here is limited to those 3. Actually, 2 and 3. Is that a 2? No, 5 is already in the box. So, no, that is wrong. So this is 2, 3, and then 6 or 9. If it's 6, the 6 goes there. So this is 2, 3, 6, 9, and these ones can't be 6. So this is 2, 3, or 9. Yeah, I'm not sure about that one. 3 can't be there or there. Yeah, that's not looking particularly great. This is the next run of dots that's powerful, but I'm trying to see if I can do more Sudoku first. Though I'm running out of digits. 4 is down here somewhere. These 2 digits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 4 and 9. 1, 2, 3. Actually, I'm going to mark these because 3 is in there. 4 is in there because of the 1, 4 over here. 5, 6, 7. 8 and 9, however, are wide open. These are 6, 7, 8, 9. Without these ones being 6. So 6 is in these 2. This isn't a 7. There's no 2 here. I think I need to look up here now. So these are 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. Well, I can't put 4. I can't put 4 on this consecutive dot because I can't put 3 or 5 with it. I can't put 4 on this consecutive dot because I can't put 3 or 5 with it. So this becomes the 4, this becomes the 9. This locks this into 4, 6, and 7. So I can take 6 and 7 out of there. This becomes an 8 or a 9. That takes 6 out of there, which means 6 is on this dot. So this must be 6, 7. So I can take the 7 out of there and this is 8, 9. I now have an 8, 9 pair in the column. This becomes a 4. This is so clever. 3, 8, 9. So 6 and 7 here. Actually, I know what these 2 are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Hang on. That's can't be 5, so this has to be 6, 7, or 8. And it can't be 6 or 7 because I've got a 6, 7 pair in the box. That is an 8. Those are both 7s. These are both 6s. Three and 9 resolved by the 3 in box 5. This is not a 7 anymore, so this is the 7. This is an 8, 9 pair. No, wait, that is wrong. That is completely wrong. That 8 is looking down, making that a 9, and this is something completely different. And now for something completely different. That is a 6, which takes 6 out of there. This is a known pair. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Resolved by that 8. That is the 7. That is the 8. This is a known triple. 3, 4, 5, 6, and 9. This cannot be a 3. This cannot be a 9. If this is a 3, this is a 4. If this is a 4, this is a 3. Because if it's a 3, I can't make it a 2. If it's a 4, I can't make it a 5, so it becomes a 3. And 9 is only consecutive with 8. There is no 7 here. This is 4, 6, or 9. Actually, this is a known pair as well. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 9 go in here. So this is 4, 7, and 8. Okay, what am I missing? Now, I'm pencil marking. This box doesn't look restricted, but I've got to find something down here, don't I? I have to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9. But that can't be right. What am I missing? That's not a 9. These are not 9. Those are a 2, 3 pair. So this is an 8. This is a 9. This is a 3. There is no 9 there. There is no 9 there. That 3 makes this a 6. There is no 6 in here. This is a 7, 8, 9. This is a 6. This is an 8. This is 7, 8, 9. That 9 makes that 8 and that 9. Six makes that 9 and that 6. There is no 9 here. This is 3, 4, or 7. That's got to be where the pressure's coming from, doesn't it? It's all I've got left. Three in this column has to be down here. So these cannot be 3. So that cannot be 4. As is normal. So ones are in those and in those. Twos are here and here. That's fine. Threes. Here, 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 and here. That's fine. Fours. Here, 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 and most of that box. That's fine. Fives. I've got all the fives. Sixes. Here and here, which is fine. Sevens. Here, here. Hang on, that's an 8 now because of, once I lost the 6. That's an 8. This is 7, 9. That takes 8 out of there. Takes 8 out of there. That, yeah. And now this can't be 3, 4. Because if I put 3, 4 in here, both of those become 7. So this becomes 9. This becomes 8. This becomes 4. This becomes 3. There is no 8 or 9 there. I've got a 4, 7 pair. This becomes the 3. This is not the 3. That's what I needed to find. I missed that. I was looking for the connection, what disproved one of those, and I needed to get the 8 out of there. So if I put 3, 4, I ended up with 2 7s in the row. That's what I needed to find. Now, of course, I need to figure out what's next. The 4 makes this a 6, which takes 6 out of there, takes 6 out of there. The 4, 7 makes that a 9, which makes that a 7, which makes that a 9. The 7 takes 7 out of there. So these are a pair now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is a 2, 6 pair. The 6 up here makes this a 2 and this a 6. The 2 makes that a 3 and that a 2. The 3 makes that a 1 and that a 3. The 1 makes that 4. I finally finished that line. The 4 makes that 7 and that 4, which makes that 7 and that 4. And now I'm in the final box. The 8 makes that 4, which makes that 7 and makes that 8. And that finishes 100 or 500. And the answer is 5 times 5 is 25, times 2 is 50, times 2 is 50, is 100, times 1 is 100, times 1 is 100. 5 times 5 is 25, times 4 is 100, times 1 is 100. 5 times 5 is 25, times 4 is 100, times 1 is 100, times 1 is 100. 5 times 5 is 25, times 5 is 125, times 2 is 250, times 2 is 500, times 1 is 500. So, yes, we have 100 or 500. So, all of the lines actually work the way they're supposed to. That puzzle is just glorious. And of course, once we complete the puzzle, all of the confetti that was put into the grid can pop for us. That was a lot of fun. Thank you for actually sending that through, Peter, and not just saying it's too late. I'm really glad you sent that through. Thank you everyone for watching. Thank you for rejoining me for another celebration. I know, yeah, I can't keep celebrating forever, but Peter sent me a puzzle. I was going to do it. That's good enough reason. Don't thank me for 100 videos and 500 subscribers again. Just thank Peter for sending an awesome puzzle through. Thank you everyone for watching. Good luck with your solving.